Hello, I am Xarkun, and this is World of Warships Legends. Today, I've got a battle for you on a map whose name escapes me right now. It is played by Gauzy Gaming, also known as Gauzy Dom on the Xbox. He's in the Tier 6 Premium British Cruiser, HMS Belfast. And let me tell you right off the bat that he is going to have one hell of a game, and he's going to exert an incredible amount of influence on this game, pull off some really spectacular stuff in this Tier 6 cruiser. For his opening move, he's going to enter the Charlie cap, and frankly, he's going to spend pretty much the entirety of the game inside of this cap, while the enemies push into him and die to his overwhelming firepower. The Belfast is arguably one of the best Tier 6 premium ships in the game. Cruiser, battleship, destroyer, out of any of the classes, it's arguably one of the best. Part of the reason it's so good is because of its arsenal of consumables. It comes with smokescreen and sonar, but on top of that, it also gets some pretty excellent radar. And then it's got very quick-firing guns with pretty excellent British high explosive and excellent British armor piercing. We're going to see Gauzy switch back and forth between these two shell types when appropriate, and the results he's going to get for doing that are... I've already said spectacular, but really, that's the only way to describe this. Now he's pushing straight into this Charlie cap, spotted, of course. There is a Fuso in front of him and a New Mexico out there, both of which are, pretty big threats. The Fuso, though, is shooting high explosive, making him a little bit less of a threat. Nevertheless, Gauzy's still going to take a pretty nasty hit from the Fuso HE. I think I missed calling out the triple Citadel he just scored there on the Tier 5 Japanese cruiser Aoba for, a pretty incredible amount of damage. And now that Gauzy is concealed inside of this smokescreen, he can sort of just sit here as he secures this cap and farm some damage off of these battleships with the high explosive. Torpedoes coming in, because of course smokescreens are torpedo magnets. So these torpedoes have been spotted, I think, by a teammate. Gauzy is reversing. These torpedoes are no danger to him. I think he is going to pop the sonar just in case any more come. But enter the Bliskavisha Black and an Ognivoy, both of whom are coming toward this cap, apparently unaware that a Belfast is sitting 7 kilometers away from them inside of a smokescreen. Gauzy gets a nasty opening hit on the Bliskavisha. He is actually sailing outside of his smokescreen here, which is going to cause him to be spotted, perhaps a little overeager to take out these enemy destroyers. He does get the Bliskavisha, though, and he radars the Ognivoy, who basically is already dead. He just doesn't know it yet. 2 salvos, and not quite all she wrote, but one more should do it. You can see the nice radar animation. Gauzy must be playing on a very fancy Xbox, perhaps even the Series X, I honestly don't know. But the Ognivoy goes down for Gauzy's second kill of the game, and just like that, he's basically eliminated both enemy destroyers immediately. Now the enemy team is at a horrible disadvantage. The blue team has flipped both Alpha and Charlie. There is an Aoba in Bravo, which is going to prevent the blue team from acquiring that cap, and Gauzy is spotted in open water versus at least 2 battleships and 1 light cruiser with no concealment whatsoever. He does, however, have a destroyer teammate in front of him who apparently notices that he's actually taking quite a beating from the ships out here, so the destroyer lays a smokescreen. Whether for himself or for Gauzy, I don't actually know. Either way, it's a very welcome respite for the haggard Belfast here. Gauzy enters the smokescreen, which is going to last for the next minute and essentially provide him with totally free concealment, from which he can rain down hellfire on this Fuso and the other ships out here. Gets a fire on that Fuso and starts looking toward the Aoba, who is contesting the Bravo cap. I think Ghazi would like to eliminate that guy so his teammates can flip that cap and just compound their already incredible advantage, which was given to them by Ghazi for killing both of the enemy destroyers. Looks like he's got a clear shot at the Aoba over the mountain, and he does release a salvo of HE. Immediately switching to the armor piercing, the Aoba does appear to be giving broadside to Ghazi. There goes an AP salvo, but that's pretty much the end of being able to shoot at the Aoba there. He is now blocked by the mountain range. Nevertheless, this is still a very target-rich environment, and the Fuso is no longer on fire, so clearly Ghazi is going to need to remedy that situation immediately. There's another fire on the Fuso. He's not going to be able to put that one out for a while. And the New Mexico out there. Can we get a fire on him as well? That would be just lovely. The destroyer's smokescreen is dissipating, and Ghazi's smokescreen is now off of cooldown, so he gets to remain in smoke for even longer, thanks to that incredible team play by the random friendly destroyer. Pensacola thinks he's safe behind that island, finds out that he isn't, gives Ghazi the high caliber medal with that salvo, and that Pensacola continues to remain stationary in the same position, giving flat broadside. So Ghazi continues to smack his citadel with the Belfast's armor piercing. Fiji has appeared and smoked up. Ghazi is radaring him. He kills the Pensacola without even looking. Such disrespect. And then, can this be a double strike? No, apparently not quite. But, no, yes, a double strike, in fact, and the Confederate medal with, was that 4 citadels on that Fiji? Incredible. That just leaves the enemy New Mexico and the Fuso left. Ghazi has gone on a rampage, racking up 125,000 damage and 4 kills. There are still 5 ships left alive on the blue team and only 1 enemy battleship. It looks like Ghazi and the destroyer, who earlier laid that very helpful smokescreen, are the only 2 blue ships in position to deal with this New Mexico. And at this point, I don't see any way for the blue team to throw this game. So Ghazi's gonna come out here and play a bit fast and loose with this naked New Mexico, who is shooting the armor piercing and does, do a pretty hefty chunk of damage there. Not enough to kill Ghazi, though, which is going to spell doom for the New Mexico, as Ghazi gets a nice hit with the armor piercing into the New Mexico's upper belt armor and superstructure. Second hit's not quite so nice, but I don't think Ghazi has any intention of trying to gun down this New Mexico, who, let's face it, is not the quickest battleship in the world, or really the most maneuverable. So there's not too much he can do besides try to destroy Ghazi through the bow once more with armor piercing. But it doesn't look like he's ever going to get the chance. Ramming speed has been engaged, and on 787 health, Ghazi takes out the New Mexico for his 5th kill, the Kraken unleashed, and he wins the game in a spectacular fashion in the Belfast. What an incredible game, Ghazi. That was honestly quite excellent. Thank you for sending that one in to me. You might want to go check out Ghazi's channel. I left a link in the description. But before we go, take a look at his base XP. Nearly 4,000. Just an incredible result. Absolutely fantastic. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.